The Grand Cathedral was bathed in the soft glow of hundreds of candles. Rows of guests murmured among themselves, their whispers blending with the gentle hum of the organ. At the center of it all stood Emma, the bride, her pristine white gown cascading like a waterfall of silk. She fidgeted slightly, hidden behind the heavy wooden doors that separated her from the aisle. Her heart raced, not from excitement, but from unease. Her twin sister, Olivia, leaned against the wall next to her, smirking. "Cold feet already," she teased, twirling a strand of her auburn hair. Emma shot her a glare. "You know it's not that. I've been feeling off about Nathan lately." Olivia rolled her eyes. "Oh, come on, he's rich, charming, and head over heels for you. What's the problem?" Emma hesitated. There had been moments, fleeting, almost imperceptible moments, when Nathan's smile seemed forced, his gaze too calculating. She shook her head. "Forget it, it's just nerves." But Olivia wasn't convinced. "You've always been terrible at hiding your feelings. Want me to take your place for a bit? Give you a moment to breathe?" Emma laughed nervously. "Don't be ridiculous. This isn't some high school prank." Olivia's grin widened. "Why not? It'll be fun. Besides, I've always wanted to know what it's like to wear a dress that costs more than my rent." Before Emma could protest further, a commotion erupted from inside the cathedral. The string quartet began playing the wedding march, and the coordinator beckoned Emma forward. In the chaos, Olivia seized the opportunity. She grabbed the veil from Emma's hands, draped it over her face, and stepped through the doors. Emma froze, her mind racing. By the time she realized what had happened, Olivia was already halfway down the aisle, her confident stride concealed by the veil. Nathan's smile grew wider as Olivia approached. To the guests, everything seemed perfect. But as Olivia reached the altar, she noticed something odd in Nathan's expression. There was a flicker of relief, anticipation. She couldn't quite place it. The ceremony began, and Olivia played her part flawlessly. Emma, meanwhile, stayed hidden in the shadows near the entrance, too stunned to intervene. She thought of storming in, but something held her back. Curiosity, perhaps, or the gnawing sense that she needed to see this through. When the priest asked if anyone objected, the silence was deafening. No one dared disrupt the picture-perfect moment. The vows were exchanged, and Nathan slipped the ring onto Olivia's finger, sealing the deal. The reception was held in the sprawling gardens of Nathan's family estate. Olivia, still disguised as Emma, mingled effortlessly with the guests. She had always been the outgoing twin, her charm a sharp contrast to Emma's reserved demeanor. Emma, now wearing a bridesmaid's dress she'd grabbed from the dressing room, kept a low profile. She needed answers before revealing the truth. She trailed Nathan discreetly, listening to snippets of conversations and watching his interactions. That's when she overheard him speaking with his mother, Margaret. "It's done," Nathan said, his voice low. "Now all we need is the final signature to secure the inheritance." Margaret's lips curled into a satisfied smile. "And she's none the wiser." "Not a clue," Nathan replied. "By the time she finds out, it'll be too late." Emma's blood ran cold. She wasn't sure what they were talking about, but it was clear they weren't discussing love or happily ever afters. She decided to confront Nathan directly. Olivia, meanwhile, was enjoying herself far more than she should have. She sipped champagne, danced with guests, and basked in the attention. But her fun was cut short when Emma pulled her aside. "We need to talk," Emma hissed. "Oh, come on, Em. Can't it wait?" "I'm having a blast," Olivia replied, still holding her glass. Emma's expression was grim. "Nathan's hiding something. I think he's using me, us, for money." Olivia's playful demeanor vanished. "What do you mean?" "I overheard him talking to his mother. They're planning something, and it's tied to this wedding." Olivia's eyes narrowed. "Then let's find out what it is." Under the cover of darkness, the twins slipped into Nathan's study. The room was a blend of old-world elegance and modern technology, with mahogany shelves lined with leather-bound books and a sleek computer resting on the desk. Emma's fingers flew over the keyboard as Olivia kept watch. They searched for anything that could shed light on Nathan's true intentions. It didn't take long to find a folder labeled Estate Plans. Inside were documents detailing the transfer of a massive inheritance. The catch? The money could only be accessed if Nathan married someone from the Crawford family, Emma's family. "It's a setup," Emma whispered, her voice shaking. "He doesn't love me. He just needs me for this." Before they could process the betrayal, the study door creaked open. Nathan stood there, his expression unreadable. "Well, well," he said, stepping inside. "Looks like the Crawford sisters are more resourceful than I thought." Nathan's calm demeanor evaporated as he locked the door behind him. "You shouldn't have snooped." Olivia stepped forward, shielding Emma. "And you shouldn't have lied." Nathan's gaze flickered between them. "It doesn't matter now. The papers are signed, and the inheritance is mine." Emma's courage surged. "Not if I annul the marriage?" Nathan's lips curled into a sinister smile. "You'd think it's that simple? My family doesn't take kindly to loose ends." The threat hung heavy in the air. Olivia grabbed a paperweight from the desk, ready to defend them. But Nathan didn't move. Instead, he spoke into a hidden earpiece. "Plan B." Suddenly, the study's window shattered, and two masked men burst in. Emma and Olivia screamed as they were dragged away, their protests muffled by cloth gags. They were thrown into the back of a black SUV and driven to an unknown location. When the blindfolds were removed, they found themselves in a dimly lit warehouse. Nathan stood before them, flanked by his henchmen. "You forced my hand," he said, his tone cold. "Now I have to ensure your silence." Olivia, ever defiant, spat at him. "You're a coward." Nathan's face darkened, but before he could respond, the sound of sirens filled the air. Red and blue lights flashed through the warehouse windows. "What the?" Nathan began, but his words were cut off as armed officers stormed the building. In the chaos that followed, Emma and Olivia were freed. Margaret and Nathan were arrested for fraud and conspiracy, their plan unraveling thanks to an anonymous tip. The twins later learned that Olivia had secretly dialed 911 and left the line open during their abduction, allowing the police to trace their location. Back at the Crawford estate, the twins sat together, sipping tea and reflecting on the whirlwind of events. "I can't believe I almost married that snake," Emma said, shaking her head. Olivia grinned. "Hey, at least it wasn't legally binding. You're off the hook." Emma laughed despite herself. "Next time, remind me to trust my instincts." Olivia raised her cup in a mock toast to twin intuition and a lifetime of dodging bullets. As they clinked their cups, Emma couldn't help but feel grateful, not just for escaping Nathan's trap, but for having a sister who would risk everything to protect her. Together, they were unstoppable.